Bam! The original Jamaican Dandara, aka lower ranking. What up? Worldwide TV, man. Big up yourself, man. Straight from the original Dandara.
Worldwide Entertainment TV exclusive interview with Jacinth Headlam, star of Love After Holidays.
Worldwide Entertainment TV has Jacinth Headlam on the podcast today. And she's a triple threat that they say is in television, film, and now music.
A little something. And yeah, I did some music on my soundtrack on the movie.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
So how did you come about being in the entertainment business?
Yeah, absolutely. For me, I've always liked the art. From I was a little girl, I used to always play with my teddy bears and my dolls and put stage performance on with them. And when I became a teenager, I remember asking my mom, Mommy, I want to do acting and modeling. And she like, acting and modeling, pick nigga, take your book. And from that time, I was just like, I didn't get her co-signing. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a typical Caribbean parent.
Yeah.
They're gonna think acting and modeling is it's a hobby. It's not a career move. In her mind, she had me as a doctor, a lawyer, or something that's sustainable. But I kept at it, and I started out with modeling, doing a lot of runway modeling because I'm 5'9". And from modeling, I was like, okay, this is good, but it's not enough. I feel like I need something that has more longevity. And that's when I said I want to do acting because with acting, I can be 70, 60, 50, and I'll still have a job. So that's why I branched off into acting, started taking some classes, learning the business. And then one thing led to a next. I had my first film about 10 years ago, Diary of a Bad Man. It's on Tubi now, so go watch it. Diary of a Bad Man by Demaraye Denaran. That was written for me.
A must-see film, raves the star. Breaks stereotypes, says Jamaica Gleaner. Winner of Best Narrative Feature Film at Jam Pro's Jamaica Film Festival 2015.
1 minute you're talk about you're gangster. The next minute you're talk about liberation for black people.
Denaran Films presents Diary of a Bad Man.
Money make your friend them breathe.
And then the rest has been history. That movie just really took off. And because it's a Jamaican American film, I felt like it was a wide market open. You don't find a lot of Caribbean film as much, especially Caribbean love story. So, so it was a gangster / love story, like the Robin Hood of his community. And that's what gave me my start. And then I've just been going strong ever since.
Okay. So could you tell us a little bit of your Jamaican background? Since that first thoughts very Caribbean with
Absolutely. Yes. So I was born and raised in Richmond, Jamaica. I came to the US in my early teens, around like 11, 12. And then, I was raised by my grandmother, Lucilda Jackson. And, I just humble beginnings. Jamaica is tough. And I'm not talking about, no, I'm not from Kingston, where I was like in the gutter country, where, we don't have running water. We don't have clean water. We have to walk and miles to go fetch water and buckets bring it on our heads to go back to cook with, to bathe with. Sometimes running around barefoot, 5 to a bed. It's just humble beginnings. And to us, that was life. That was luxury because we didn't know any better. So that kept me humble. That kept me like, I know what it's like to not have it at all, and I know what it's like to have a little bit. And I know what it's like to have a lot, and I know what it's like to have a lot and lose it and hit rock bottom. So yeah.
That's a good thing to have because it keeps you humble while you're doing these things.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
could you tell us about Love After Holidays, how that came about?
Yeah, sure. So I was going through life was lifing back in 2019, and I hit rock bottom and lost everything. Was going through after a 10-year relationship with my ex-husband with our 2 kids, I was going through a divorce and just had to file bankruptcy and left my house and just walked away from everything. And I just was at a place in my life where I just felt like enough is enough. Life, I just didn't know if life was worth living anymore. I just felt like giving up. But something, of course, I many are called, but few are chosen, and I do feel like I'm God's chosen. So I knew that there was a calling on my life, and I was going to do great things. I just didn't know how it was going to play out, and he's still not. I've yet to scratch the surface. But I remember him saying, "Daughter, pick yourself up. There's love after this." And that title kept on in my head. There's love after this, and that's me just journaling and healing and just going through the work. And then after a while, I just had this pulling to write a book, and then that I used that same title that was dropped in my spirit. There's love after this, and that's where the title came from. And I knew after doing my book and touring with my book, I wanted to do more. I wanted to build that brand and build my platform. So I did a documentary, went home, shot the documentary about my life and where I grew up. And then I turned that into a script and we filmed it and now we're premiering it. So Love After has been a journey.
So
So
how
we
do
turned it
you
into Love After Holiday.
Well, let's welcome our first guest. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Janine Lawrence. I'm an alcoholic.
We do not engage with the audience in that matter. This is career suicide.
Stop. That's my family in that car. Ma'am, were you drinking? Janine, don't tell me you were drinking and driving with Sky in the car.
What? No, sorry. No, that's not right. Wait, no, that's not right.
so how do you balance being on the screen and being behind the camera?
It's challenging. It can be. I think for me now that I've been doing it for some time, I'm starting to get the wing of it. I think one thing I had to learn is to let my nose be my nose and my yes be my yes. Sometimes when you're trying to make everybody happy, sometimes that's pulling you in so many different directions. Me trying to kill 10 birds with one stone and trying to be everywhere at once. And I had to slow down and learn to, like, for the last year, I've been learning to be still and find peace in my stillness. Sometimes a lot of us feel like we got to be booked and busy, busy. And sometimes that's not necessarily good. You can be booked and busy, but you're worn out, you're tired, you're run down,
Yeah.
and you're no good to nobody else because you're exhausted, you're on So I had to learn in the last year to sit my black behind down and be still and be at peace and really own in on, the God's discernment and know that not every door and not everything is meant for me to walk through or say yes to.
Yeah.
Um, so I had to stop saying yes to so many things and be very, very strategic in what I say yes to. Because yeah, sometimes when you're a people pleaser, you want to make everybody happy, you can't. That will run you ragged and that will run you
So
like
draining energy doing that.
drain you. It would drain you. And then, you if the shoes is on the other foot, you ask yourself, will those people do the same for me? you know. So
Less
it's trying to, and then having a support system in place is so important. My kid's father is so amazing. That's how I'm able to travel so much because I have them every other week. So we great co-parenting relationship. So, every other week I'm traveling a lot. I'm working, I'm shooting or filming or doing something for my craft. And when I'm home, I got my mommy hat on and I'm mommy. And my day-to-day job, I work on air at QVC here. So that's what I do when I'm not filming or traveling.
Okay. So you got a pretty good cast for the film. Could you tell us who's a part of it?
Absolutely. We have the amazing, legendary Jamaican actor Paul Campbell. Um,
Yeah.
Amazing. Grew up watching Paul in Dance Hall Queen, Third World Cop, Top Shotters.
Yo, acabo de aquí de bro.
Sunrise in the morning.
Yo, seems like you don't know your place. Are you a comfort? 24-inch chrome-plated rim.
24-inch. Chrome plate we are deal.
Custom leather seat.
Custom. Push. Leather seat.
So where him there?
Fine. Fine. I will go find him then.
Marva, you now go find him.
But I bet you could, right?
It's doubtful. You see, a good ram goat like that costs 20,000.
That's almost $200.
Also, Malik Yoba, you know, from the movie Cool Running, Jamaican Bobsled Team, which is one of my favorite movies of his. Why Did I Get Married? Tyler Perry 1 and 2, Empire. This man's resume is countless. Like I can't even count. Like his resume and portfolio of work is outside of this world.
Never seen him on New York Undercover first.
New York Undercover, yeah, you know, and Taral Hicks, you know, she was in The Bronx Tale and Belly, DMX girlfriend Keisha.
Jamaica is good.
Yeah, Jamaica's good.
Yeah.
Jamaica's very good.
Yesterday, some Italian guys beat up my brother in your neighborhood.
So what's that have to do with me?
Were you there?
No, I wasn't there.
My brother's in a car. I told him I was going out with an Italian, so he came along. He recognized you and said you were the one that beat him up. You did that to his face.
That's my homegirl. I love Taral. And then of course Trina, the Diamond Princess, as I know her to be. Amazing rapper, now author, and now actress, you know, so amazing, so talented. Of course, the one and only Jeremy Meeks. He went viral off his mugshot. They'd call him Prison Bay, I guess, you know, when he became this internet sensation, and his career and life just took off. And, you know, now he's such a well-known, just an amazing young man. And amazing, like Richard Byrd, Norma Ebanks, who played my mom, but she's an amazing, very well known in Cayman Island. And who was an amazing Jamaican writer too, co-writer Maurice McCullen. You know, so just amazing cast, amazing cast and crew. Antoine Allen, who is also co-producer and director on here, who was, you know, did amazing film like Lola 1, Lola 2. It's a female boxing film, so check it out. It's a female Rocky. You know, so amazing cast and crew. I cannot complain.
So could you tell us a little bit about your character in the film?
Absolutely. So Janine Lawrence was a talk show host, and like everybody else, you know how sometimes you get so caught up in just being successful, but successful is so subjective. It's different for everybody. What does success for you look like, you know? So for her, she won her name in life. She's trying to take it all the way to the top. And the person that came to mind when I came up with Janine's character was Wendy Williams. You know, I love, you know, I don't care what nobody want to say. She was very inspirational and she did her work and she did it well. And that's why she's where she is and she's very well known. Despite where it took her, she's one of the greatest to have done talk shows. So when I came up with Janine character, you know, that was one of my inspiration. And Janine just got lost in trying to chase her dreams and her addiction to alcohol. She was a functional alcoholic. She'll get her job done, but it interfered. Her chase for fame and her alcohol addiction interfered with her marriage, her love life with Jeremy Meeks, who played Stefan, and her being a daughter, you know, a mother to her daughter, Sky, and just how do she juggle all of that? And she just had everything 1 minute and lost everything by the time she blinked. And that was what I wanted to showcase, that because at one point in my life, I know what it was like at that time, had everything, you know, and by the time I blink, lost it all, like rock bottom, like having to build from the ground up, you know, and still building because it doesn't happen overnight, you know. Yeah.
So there's an event coming up where you're going to have the film premiere at. Could you tell us more about it?
Yes. So it's so amazing. I'm just so grateful that Love After Holiday is now a part of the big historic reggae month celebration. So when I got the call from Ministry of Culture Entertainment, you know, Minister Olivia Bobbsey Grange and her team reached out and said, "Hey, I this amazing movie, Love After Holiday. What you think you want to have it a part of Reggae Month? We would love to have you." And one thing led to another, and it's history in the making. Now we're now a part of Reggae Month, February 7th, next Friday. Kingston at Carib Theater is gonna be amazing. We have a lot of people coming in, flying into the island. A lot of honorary and dignitary and celebrities gonna be in the building. Just come out and have a good time. It's a cocktail reception at 6:30. Show starts at 8. After party at Mecca. So it's gonna be, and that's also Jeremy Meeks' birthday. So we're also having a birthday celebration for him afterwards as well.
So what's next for the film after that?
So, the film will be on BT later this year. So it will be coming out on BT Network, which I'm so grateful for. So that's who we distributing the film through, and also it will be streaming on BT Plus. So that's what's in the work. We're also trying to get it distributed in the UK and also in Africa. So just doing some research to find who we can reach out to have it in those geographic areas, and working on part 2 as well, Love After Holidays part 2, and have other film in the works that I definitely want to start filming. A couple of my my next 2 projects I wanted to film in Jamaica. I want to film them in Jamaica just to create more opportunities back home as well. That's something that's really tugging on my heart, because I feel like artists here in the US have it way easier than artists outside the country, and especially in these third world countries. So for me is, look, if I'm getting an opportunity, I want to be able to pay it forward and help those who look like me, who are from where I'm from. So you don't find a lot of opportunities like this in the islands at all.
So is that your organization that you have, InnaStar?
Yeah, InnaStar is my nonprofit. So we teach filmmaking and on-camera confidence, and that's with InnaStar we have the InnaStar Trailblazer Award that we have annually. So this will be going on our 4th year this year. I have the InnaStar Trailblazer Awards where I'm honoring my students as well. What advice would you give to someone how to be an InnaStar Trailblazer in their path as an artist?
Let me see. I would say follow your heart, and just like at all times follow your heart. Don't ever move just because somebody else is telling you, and sometimes that feels probably like that's probably the most difficult thing that I ever had to endure is actually sticking to my gun, right? And saying to myself, like, I know this is not what I need to be doing, but they keep asking me to do this. You should know exactly what it is that you want to do. Understand your brand, and understand your brand at an early age. It doesn't take age and length of life for you to understand what your brand is. You should know what your brand is. You're a guy that wants to wear blue jeans every day, and you don't want to ever put on a suit. Stick to it. Stand on it. If you're a guy who want to wear a suit all the time and you don't want to wear jeans, you got to stick to it. You got to find a cheap way to wear a suit. Whatever it is, it's just you got to stick to that. And you want people to know you for certain things, you got to stick to it. So I just say stand on your business. That's what it is.
Stand on your business.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Right.
Thank you. And what I started too is I wanted to do InnaStar in Jamaica as well. So later this year, prayerfully in November, we'll be having the first annual InnaStar Awards in Jamaica. So yeah, the award show, I definitely when God gave me the vision of the award show, I saw it on a global level and I didn't know what it looked like, but it's now me creating these opportunities in different countries where artists can be recognized. It's like, yo, if you don't have it to come to the US, and especially now with this whole deportation and everything, we're gonna bring the award show to you. Don't worry about having to come. Wear your Sunday's best, come red carpet ready, and you will bring the award show to you. So that's what InnaStar is representing, is going to different countries and having this award show where artists can be celebrated and recognized and appreciated and awarded.
You bring it to Hollywood North that they call Toronto too.
I would love that. I would love to do something in Canada. Listen, don't tease me with a good time. I would love that. Yeah. It's just all about having the right resources. If
Yeah,
I have the right resources and I have the right back end and I can partner up and pair up and team up with people, then it's like the sky's the limit.
correct.
hmm
So you're on a busy media blitz right now. Any lasting words you want to tell our viewers?
One of my favorite saying, well, I have two. The richest person is the one in the grave who died with $1 million ideas and did not get to put it out there and come to fruition. So if you have a vision, don't sleep on it. Stop procrastinating. Stop sitting on it. Stop waiting for someone to come and throw you out a rope and a lifeline and to save you and to make it manifest for you. You have to, like Nike said, just do it. And if God gave you the vision, surely He made the provision. He have the resources waiting. You just have to say yes and be obedient and walk in that calling. And stop worrying about trying to have it all figured out. You're not gonna have it figured out. It doesn't matter if it's 2, 3 years from now. You still gonna not have it all figured out. But every step and every level you go is always a room for improvement. You're always going to be growing, but it's just do it. Just start it. Just start the book, start the business, start the film, start the script, start the schooling for your career, whatever you need to do, just do it. Stop hesitating. I'd rather do something and learn the hard way than not do it at all because then I don't have anything to compare it to.
Don't
You
try,
know.
you never know.
You don't try, you never know. If you try, you could be like, okay, let me pivot, let me do this, okay, like this is a detour. Let me fix this, let me add this, let me take this away. Then you cooking. You
Exactly.
can't cook from the sidelines. You know, you got to get in the game.
Yeah. So best of luck with the event next week.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Get the word out. Listen,
Yeah.
Love After Holidays, come out. If you know anybody in Jamaica and you can't come, make sure you send them our way. We're also on Eventbrite. So if you look up Love After movie premiere in Jamaica, we're there. Or if you go on our page or on Instagram, we're Love After Holidays, you'll see the information there as well. Or even my Instagram, I'm Jacinth, IMJACINTH. You'll see all the information about the premiere. Look out for all the different stops that we're going to be making. It's going to be in the Caribbean islands, in theaters February 12th. So look out for that. So I'm excited. I'm excited. God get all the glory.
Worldwide TV, man. Big up yourself, man. Straight from the original Dan Dada.